Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing my October empties. We're going to be looking at everything that I have used up over the course of the month, talk about my feelings and whether or not I would consider spending my hard-earned money on it again and whether or not I think you should too. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is honestly a declutter, and this makes me so sad. But I have to declutter this guy right here. This is from Flower Beauty. This is the Petal Pout Lip Mask. This is not even that old in comparison to everything else that's in my collection. I bought it last year, 2020. And I pulled it out to use it, and it's definitely got the sour notes to it. And I'm so sad about it. I'm so sad about it because I did enjoy this product. I just have a lot of other things that I have been working on over the course of this past year and a half or so. And yeah, so this is sadly going to be thrown away, and it is a declutter, which of course does not count towards my use up totals. Two other things that do not count towards my totals, but I still enjoy talking about, and that are foil samples. So the first one here is from Welda. This is the Skin Food Body Butter. It's hard to have an actual opinion on many of these little foil samples here. This was fine. I got basically one body usage out of it. It was very thick, which was surprising. Have no idea whether or not I would repurchase it because it's just the one, but I still like to talk about it. One that really caught me by surprise, because as I just said, it's really hard to get a feel for whether or not you would purchase something based on a sample. I actually really liked this. This is from Frederick Fekkai. I'm probably saying that terribly wrong. But this is the One Universal One shampoo and conditioner set. I really liked this a lot. It made my hair feel really nice. I would probably think about picking those up, especially if I saw them on sale. Okay, so also sticking with hair. This I did not use up. This was used up on my kids. I am talking about this in case you guys know where to get it. I got this originally from Target. This is the Raw Sugar Kids Banana and Coconut Milk Leave-In Conditioner and Detangler. My son loves this. My son loves this. And I cannot find it. I have checked Target. I have checked Amazon. I have just straight up Googled it. I don't know if this exists anymore, so if you know where I can find this, tell me down in the comments below, because we're using something else now and it's fine, but my son really misses this one. He loved it so much. So it was really nice. It smelled fantastic. Tropical vacation all the way. It worked really nicely on not just his hair, but all three of my kids have very different hair. My son, his hair is really thick and slightly coarse like mine is, but it's straight and blonde like his dad's. One of my daughters has hair that's exactly like mine. It is a little bit on the thicker side. It has curl to it. In fact, her curls are my lifeblood. I love them so, so much, and I'm so nervous because I feel like she's going to grow out of them because the curl doesn't start up at the scalp anymore. It starts like halfway down. It will break my heart so much if she doesn't keep those curls because I just love them so much. But it worked great on her hair, detangled it very, very nicely. Her hair is nice and long and luscious. My other daughter, her hair is exactly like her dad's. It is very fine and there's not a ton of it. It is stick straight. It is super short, grows very slowly. And it was great for her because I don't use real conditioner in her hair because it's too much because it's so fine. I just use a little bit of leave-in conditioner and detangler. So it worked so well for all of my kids. And of course, because I love it, it's no longer available. So, anything else for hair? Yes, I do have one other hair item, I believe. I have a little deluxe sample of the Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo. It's fine. I mean, there was nothing wrong with it at all by any means. I actually typically like Amika products, but I think that I still prefer the Batiste, and it is around the same price, if not a little bit less, especially since I can regularly find it at like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, things like that. So while I did enjoy it, and it's one that if it came into my collection just randomly again, I would happily use it, but it's not one that I'm going to go out and purchase. All right, I don't think we have anything for body. Nice. So the rest of it is just skincare and makeup, which is very exciting. Okay, so on the skincare, because I'm already holding it, I did finish up my Pharmacy Green Clean Cleansing Balm, which you guys know is my very favorite in the whole wide world. I have purchased this time and time again. We are totally empty. I love it. I love the way it smells. I love the way it works. I love everything about this product, and I cannot recommend it any more highly than I do. You guys know I rave and rave and rave about this for good measure. So I will be picking some up during the Sephora sale that's coming up here in just a couple of weeks. Although they have a new version, and you guys know I love trying new stuff. So there's a part of me that wants to try the new one. In fact, what I'm hoping for is that they release like a holiday set that has a smaller version of both of them, because that would give me a chance to try it out. And if it's not my favorite, then I haven't committed to a full tub. That's what I would like to see. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I absolutely love the Pharmacy Green Clean and 100% recommend it to everyone. Also in skincare, something that I'm not going to give such a rave review about, this is the Neutrogena Bright Boost Illuminating Serum. I used this up in my A to Z project pan. It's just fine. Everybody's skin is different. Everybody's skin needs are different. Everybody's skin reacts differently to things. So take all of this with a grain of salt. This just did nothing for me. The formula felt nice. It sank into my skin just fine. It had a little flecks of glitter in it, which I guess was the illuminating part. I used it during the day before I got ready with all of my makeup, and it was just fine. It's not something that I can see myself repurchasing because it just didn't do anything for me personally. Also in the skincare, I have this super adorable deluxe little bitty sample. This is from Tony Moly. And this is the Brightening Ampule. I have no idea if I'm saying that correctly, but this is just a B12 serum, and it was fine. Not something that I can see myself purchasing because I didn't see really any benefit to my skin while using it. I didn't see anything negative for sure. And it is a small sample. It took me about 2 weeks to go through it. I used it in the mornings, but if I don't see any benefit to it, then I'm not going to go out and purchase it, but it wasn't bad. Hope that makes sense. I also finished up from Dr. Jart. I finished up the Water Fuse Hydro Sleep Mask. This is what it looks like. Totally empty. And just like the others, it was fine. It worked for me and my skin just like a regular nighttime moisturizer would. So it's not something that I'm going to run out and purchase. However, just like everything else, if it came back into my life, I would use it without any problems. But it's not something that I think I'm going to spend the money on. And that leads us to makeup. Yes. So I do typically count sunscreen in my makeup category, even though it really could go either way for sunscreen or for skincare or for makeup. I just tend to typically count it in with my makeup. But I did finish up also from Dr. Jart. This is the UV Sun Fluid SPF 30. This was nice. This was fine. It went on really easily. It had a very thin consistency, so it blended out really easily and really nicely, gave really good coverage. It didn't leave, at least on my skin, any discernible white cast, though I myself am very, very pale, so you can take that as you will. But no, I did enjoy it. I would not purchase this though because it's only an SPF of 30, and as I've talked about in the past, I really look for a higher SPF, especially for my face, because I am so fair. So this is one of the ones that came in the Sephora sunscreen sampler pack that I purchased last year. So I'm happy to have used it, but I'm not personally going to spend my money on an SPF of 30. I also finished up from number 7. This is the Airbrush Away Primer. I finished this up in Partners of Cream, I believe. That's what it looks like in there. It was a smoothing primer. It was nice. I mean, it was fine. I had absolutely no issues. I thought it smelled nice. I thought that it went on my skin very nicely. Makeup sat lovely on top of it. Absolutely nothing negative to say about it. Do I see myself purchasing it? Not anytime soon. I have a lot of primers that I'm trying to work my way through before I go out and purchase something that isn't super exciting for me. Like, I'm still obviously purchasing new things because, as I said, I like trying new things, but as far as repurchases go, either it has to really knock my socks off or I need to be in a big need for something. So this is not something I'm looking to currently repurchase, but again, like I've said with many other things, if it comes back into my life, I would happily use it again. Oh, this one's a little bit harder for me to say that about. So this is from Bobbi Brown. This is the Illuminating Moisture Balm. I liked this a lot. This was really a beautiful product. It only had about a week's worth of use in there. Finished this up in my Tiny Pans project pan. And I enjoyed it way more than I want to because it's expensive. Bobbi Brown is an expensive brand. And to be honest, I'm sure, and I think I said this at the time that I showed my empty in that project, that even though it's really, really nice and I really enjoyed it, there are other primers that are not as high of a price point that give the same finish. So I don't see myself purchasing this, but it is really nice and I did really enjoy using it. I did use up a lip balm. This is from Juvia's Place. This was in the shade and scent Caramel. I've used it all the way up. All you have is what's like down there. I've not made the choice to dig it out because honestly I didn't love this. I have another one that is in the berry scent and flavor, and I'll be honest, I think I'm going to be decluttering that. In fact, now that we're here, yeah, I'm going to go on record as saying I'm going to go ahead and declutter that. I don't think that it provides nearly enough moisture. This one is better than the berry one. So this one, I could put it on, I could feel that kind of nice slippiness, but within, 10-15 minutes, it was basically gone and my lips still felt parched. So it was not at all my favorite. I liked the scent. I liked the kind of warm, kind of tan shade that it left on my lips. I thought that it was nice in that regard, but just not something that I'm going to spend my money on because it doesn't provide enough color to be a lipstick, but it doesn't provide nearly enough hydration and long-lasting comfort to be a balm. So it just really isn't something that I can recommend or that I would spend my money on again. I say that even more emphatically about the berry one. The berry one, my lips feel like it's worn away within minutes of applying it. That one, just for some reason, I don't know if it's because the coloring that's in there or something like that kind of monkeys with the formula. I genuinely have no idea, but that one, I would never, I don't even want to use it, obviously, since I'm going to be decluttering it. But yeah, sorry, unfortunately, those are big misses for me. I did finish up from Maybelline, the Instant Age Rewind Eraser. This was in the shade 100 Ivory. Classic product, classic product. I'm thrilled to have an empty because I did go on a little bit of a concealer purchase spree over the summer. So I'm really glad to have one done and out. But yeah, this is a classic cult favorite for a reason. It's really nice and one that I do absolutely recommend. All right, I did use up a brow product, which makes me laugh so hard. So this is from Cella. This is in the shade Tantalizing Taupe. This was, I think, the last one of these that I have in my collection. All used up there. Don't think, I can give you a little bit of a swatch. Yeah, let me press really hard down. So that is what the shade looks like. It was lighter than what I personally prefer, although I did appreciate that it had a more taupey, of course has taupe, sorry, a more ashy quality to it. I really have darker brows than what my actual hair color is, although you can't even tell what my actual hair color is anymore. But I don't prefer warmer eyebrow pencils because the color of my brows themselves is a very cool brown color. So I appreciated that. It just wasn't quite as dark as I would have liked. But what makes me laugh is just how quickly I went through it because I'm just coming off of my IT Cosmetics Brow Power, which took me, what, 9-10 months to work my way through. So The fact that I went through this in like a month just makes me laugh a little bit. I don't see myself purchasing this. I'm not sure if this is a full size or not, to be quite honest. This came, all of my Cello products have come in subscriptions like Ipsy and BoxyCharm. So I'm not sure if this is a full size, but certainly if it only lasts me for a month, I'm not going to continue to purchase that. All right, I also have a mini eyeliner. This is from KVD. This is the Tattoo Liner. This has to be a very old product in my collection because it still says Kat Von D on it. I'm sure that it came as like a code or free gift of purchase or something like that, since it is the mini. Again, a very classic product. You guys know that when it was still Kat Von D, I did not support them. I did not buy from them. So that's why I'm saying this has to be really old, because I stopped supporting them years ago. Now that they have converted over to KVD Vegan Beauty and Kat Von D is no longer a part of the brand, just recently I've started becoming more comfortable purchasing from that brand again. So this still lasted longer than you would think, but it didn't last super long, which is why also I'm pretty sure it was super duper old. But great eyeliner that was super rambly, but it is a really great eyeliner and one that is kind of a cult classic here on YouTube. And then the very last thing is just a teeny tiny sample of the Perversion Mascara from Urban Decay. You know, I feel like this has its place in the world. It's not my first go-to mascara by any means, but if you're looking for, you know how with lip colors we say your lips but better, this is like your eyelashes but better. It doesn't give like crazy volume or crazy length or crazy curl or anything like that, but it does give them that little extra sort of vump. And I like that. There are definitely, especially if you are a false eyelash wearer, this is a great mascara for that. On me, it doesn't smudge or transfer or move around or flake, which I appreciate. But it's not something that I'm going to purchase in a full size because I typically go for more drama than what this provides. But it certainly has its place, and I think I've got a few more samples kicking around in my collection. So that is what I have to say about that. So I have no idea what the overall value is, but as always, I will pop it up right here so that we can see how I am doing as far as my dollars used up. And I'm feeling good. I mean, I've got a lot of full-size products here, so I'm feeling pretty good. What have you used up in the month of October? I would love to know. And what was your favorite thing that you used up and that you would definitely repurchase? I feel like that is very exciting. Or what is something that you would never spend your money on again? That's even more important sometimes, I feel like. As always, everything that I have finished up will be linked in the description box below, as well as everything that I am wearing. And if you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you will consider doing so. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.